Hi everyone. As many of you know, I'm Lakin's big sister, Peyton, and loving her has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. Lakin was the first person I ever truly loved. Oh God. And the first person I felt a responsibility to protect and keep safe. Standing here today in a place this beautiful, with a group this close, feels incredibly special. When a wedding is this intimate, you can truly feel the love in the room. Not just for the two of them, but between everyone gathered here to witness this moment. I'm so grateful to be a part of this day, and even more grateful to stand beside my little sister, Lakin, or as many of us may know her, Lakey Snakey, Lakey Bakey, or even sometimes Baby Precious. Being her maid of honor isn't something that I take lightly. There aren't many moments in life where you get to slow down, look at someone you've loved your entire life, and say out loud what they truly mean to you. When that person has been your built-in best friend for as long as you can remember, even if at times I was a little bossy, that kind of moment matters deeply. If there's one thing that has always defined Lakin, it's the way she shows up for people. From a very young age, she became the person others trusted with their hardest moments. The listener, the peacemaker, the calm presence when life felt heavy. She doesn't rush to fix things or fill the silence. She listens, she sits with people exactly where they are, and she does it quietly and consistently, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. I've seen this most clearly in the moments that no one applauds. When I was younger, there were days when simply getting through the moment felt hard. And Lakin would lie on my bed with me, listening without judgment, letting me feel whatever I needed to feel. She didn't try to make it better, she was just there. And that presence meant more to me than you'll ever know. That's who she is, someone with a kind heart and a steady soul, who carries people gently, often holding more than she lets on, and who faces difficult things with a grace that has always felt far beyond her years. Over the past few years, as she's faced challenges that would have shaken anyone, I've watched her begin to turn that same care inward. I've seen her advocate for her health, set boundaries, lean into her faith, and choose herself in ways that haven't always come easily. She's still deeply empathetic and fiercely loyal, but now she's learning that it's okay to be held too. And watching her step into that has meant everything to me. For a long time, loving Lakin meant trying to protect her. I wanted to be someone she could look up to, someone she could be proud of. And I carried that responsibility deeply. When I disappointed her, it stayed with me. I tried to shield her from things that she shouldn't have had to carry yet. And while I didn't always get it right, the instinct to protect was always there. As we grew up, I began to realize something else. Lakin was often the strong one in the room. She chose grace when chaos would have been easier. She stayed calm when things were tense. She held things together in ways most people never saw. Over time, it became clear that she did not need me to shield her the way I once thought she did. She had a strength of her own, steady, grounded, and deeply rooted. Letting go of that instinct wasn't easy. There were moments when I felt helpless or afraid of the pain that I couldn't prevent. And if I'm being honest, afraid of the day someone else would step into a role that I had held for so long. But little by little, that fear softened. I saw that she wasn't carrying everything alone anymore. I saw her lean on someone without losing herself. I saw her feel safe enough to rest. And through watching Ben show up for her quietly and consistently, my fear began to turn to trust. He stayed when things were hard. He has supported her through her health journey without hesitation. He made space for her faith, her growth, and her whole heart. What ultimately gave me peace was seeing both her strength and who she chose. Someone who truly sees her and loves her with the same steady care she so naturally gives the world. Lakin, watching you step into this chapter has really been one of the greatest gifts of my life. I've loved you as your big sister, worried for you, learned from you, and now I get to stand here and simply celebrate you. You deserve a love that feels steady and safe, a love that lets you rest, grow, and be fully yourself. And I know, without a doubt, that you have found that. Ben, thank you for loving my sister the way you do, for showing up day after day, for caring for her so thoughtfully, and for standing beside her through seasons that haven't always been easy. Thank you for protecting her heart, honoring her faith, and loving her with patience, strength, and quiet devotion. It means more to me than I can say. My hope for you both is that you always remember what brought you here. The calm, the trust, the faith, and the deep respect you have for one another. Sorry. May your life together be filled with laughter, grace on the hard days, and a love that always feels like home. So please raise your glass with me to Lakin and Ben, to a lifetime of love, partnership, and peace.
Cheers.
Cheers. Lakin and Ben. Cool.
Salad.
Oh,